Ice Cube.
Yes.
Put you on the rap.
Yes.
Put you on the acting.
Yes.
Put you on the big screen, the small screen. Put you on the hip hop records, recordings.
Yes.
But everybody always wanted to know, what was y'all doing? Did y'all go together?
No. Never. I mean, we were always just like big brothers and sisters. I have a love and respect for him, and he's always had the same for me.
Yeah. So, yeah. How did that relationship come about? Like, were you just rapping on the corner one day and he was like, hey,
no, I was the best on the West. Nobody could mess with me. I was the best on the West. I went to Washington Prep High School. I came out of Bret Hart rapping, went to Washington rapping. I was in every talent show. I was winning them all, taking them all, and it wasn't that many females rapping because girls were wearing Gucci boots and ill-skin nails back then.
Right.
You know, and with the guys in the Nissan trucks. And I was over there with the boys. I was over there with the boys rapping, battling. You know, it wasn't really girly back then to rap. Yeah, what was that?
So I was asking though, but did he like, is that how he met you and said, come on, get on this album?
Well, yeah,
was he big? He was big when you guys first formed your friendship, your partnership.
NWA was big in Los Angeles. It was really, they were really making a name for themselves. And Ice Cube, yes, was big because he was known as the writer of the group. You know, he had I Ain't the One.
But it was locally.
I mean, to my knowledge, because remember, I was just a young girl in high school, so I didn't know how big they were. But he was big to me. I mean, Toddy T, and, you know, the battle rap, all of those things, King T, they were all big to me because they, you know, hip-hop music on the radio just wasn't popular. You know, so he was very popular. So he came up to me. Well, we had a mutual friend, T-Bone, who later was a part of the Lynch Mob. T-Bone and I went to school together. He said Cube was leaving NWA. He's looking to start his own thing. And I was the first person he signed to his label.
Wow, the first person.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I know, right? Yeah, first person to sign to his label. He took me to New York to meet Miss Sylvia Rohn, and it's been 30 years I've been singing the same song. Don't try to play me out.
And we love it. 30 years later.
30 years later, wow.
What do you like and reminisce on the most about then? At your hottest, at your peak, what do you love most about that time?
You know, I mean, you know, I don't think about what I love the most about that time because to me, it was all, you know, it was all like a cloud, a little bit of it, you know. It's you know, it's always like a cloud. And one day I woke up, you know, and said, oh my God, I got to get my life together. What am I going to be rapping my whole life? I mean, you know, it was just almost like a fairy tale. I mean, I would wake, you know, my whole life was hard work. Hip hop back then, you had a lot of work to do. I mean, I would work in New York and wake up in Connecticut. You know, it was just, we were on the road the entire time. I mean, I would sit in the airports and cry and call home and hear them, oh, hey, this yo on the phone, hold on. I'm like, oh, I'm still on the road, I want to go home, you know.
Well, that's funny, I was going to ask you, what do you like least about that time? And it sounds like the traveling.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know,
home.
I loved it because I got a chance to meet a lot of people. I mean, I got a chance to see the world. I mean, that was such a beautiful thing. It really just opened my eyes to how powerful music is. It made me an activist. It made me want to be a voice for women. It gave me courage. I mean, I was a young girl on the road by myself with, you know, a ton of guys. You know, it gave me self-esteem. You know, it did a lot for me as a woman. Yeah.
How do you handle being a woman and being on the road with a bunch of guys?
Oh, we fought like crazy. We fought like crazy. I had to tell Cube, listen, either you're going to fire him or get me a new bus, because I'm not riding with none of them no more. I mean, I made tacos and burritos one time for Too Short and all of them, and the Lynch Mob came and ate them all up, and I cried like a baby. So they paid me for the burritos. I cried like a baby, but you know, they treated me like, I mean, you know, back then hip hop wasn't as, it seemed like it was, it still is a man's world, but we grew up like brothers and sisters, and still to this day, if I see Big Daddy Kane or Dougie Fresh or anybody, it's like I'm seeing my brother again. I mean, it doesn't matter where they're from. I mean, from Texas to Chicago to New York, you name it. You see someone from our era of hip hop, it's like seeing a brother. I mean, like KRS-One saw me, I mean, pick me up like I was a baby. You know, it's just like seeing your old brother, like you've just been away.
I noticed that a few hip-hop artists are talking about going into politics.
I know,
most recently,
Yeah.
Scarface.
I know. Did he win?
I don't know. I'm waiting to find out.
Oh,
but a lot of hip-hop artists donated money to his campaign.
Wow.
I saw that as well. And Kanye West talking about running for president.
Right.
And Akon talking about getting into politics.
Yeah.
Wyclef Jean has had his share of politics. How do you feel about being a part of the political scene in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, I love it. I mean, you know, I've been the voice of the people for a long time in my community. Of course, you know, I've protested for the, you know, a lot of different issues in Los Angeles, and had my voice be heard. Even going to sit with, before Congress when they were trying to censor rap, thanks to Congresswoman Waters. So I've had my thoughts of running for office myself, and or even, you know, lobbying, but I'm not ready to tell them how much I'm making. I like my money.
Okay, yo, still got the dodo.
Hip hop's a little different, you know. Hip hop's a little different, so you don't want to count it in.
Expose your financials.
Nah.
Okay, I feel you. So let's talk about the difference between hip hop today and hip hop back then.
Yeah.
The Cardi B's of the world, and the Nicki Minaj's and the Lil Kims, even though they're from different eras, so to speak. Female rappers back then, they didn't dress sexy and show their body and have this feminine sense to them. None of the women on my shirt. The most feminine I would say on my shirt would have to be Roxanne Shante.
Nah, probably JJ. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe JJ Fad, because they had the little, you know, they had the little mushroom hair and it was kind of flip-flopping or whatever.
Right.
But for the most part, you were trying to enter into a man's world, so you ladies kind of took on the male atmosphere as well. It's like a whole bunch of people was like, oh,
Right.
that viewed you like people view women who play basketball. They
Right.
think, you know, they must be gay, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
But, I mean...
Right, we got that question a lot.
Right.
We got that question a lot. Right.
Why do you think that is? Why is it okay now, but it had to be different then?
I mean, well, it's changed so much, and I mean, you know, it's still a male-dominated industry, and I think men have more of the say-so. You know, of course, showgirls have always been showgirls for entertainment, and I think it's just crossed over to hip-hop. And, you know, some of them get to the, you know, the stripper kind of vibe, and some of them keep it at a showgirl, you know, stage presence. And you know, but guys are just as naked now.
I don't know any guys who are naked in hip hop. Who?
You don't see the change?
I just see the tight pants. I do see the tight pants below they.
They're naked too. I mean, men are wearing their pants below their pelvic.
That's true.
Their shirts off. I mean, you know, it's just.
And the leggings, which they call jeggings, but they're leggings.
Right. And the leggings.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm proud of women. I mean, you know, I'd love to have more conversations with women, or let them see more of us sometimes, so that they can have, you know, more of mentors or leadership, so that they can understand that there are women who become successful, who you know, have their variety of women, not just one type of woman.
Right.
I think this generation only are seeing one type. When I hear a young girl tell me, you know, hey, yo, I rap, I want you to hook me up, you know, and I'm spit something, let me hear you. Like I'm up, I'm like, whoa, hold up. I'm hearing all of that all the time. It's rare that I hear, you know, and I'm not just saying you want just some conscious rap, I just want some truth rap. I mean, there's male artists are able to do it. I think women artists are, you know, I don't want them to get pigeonholed into thinking that it's only one way. And I don't want to be the voice of speaking on women because men do it so much and they can own football, basketball teams and, you know, all this other stuff. And yet they're able to say, you know, and do so, you know, it's like a catch-22. I have to be careful when I speak on women because, you know, they finally get to a place where they built their confidence. Now we just need to widen the playing field and let them know that there are options.
Yeah.
You know?
But I agree. There are a lot of, I'm in my mind trying to think of female rappers today.
Rhapsody, Me You Fresh. Yeah.
Who don't talk about their coochie.
Oh yeah, right. I know. Isn't that just? I'm just like, wow. And some songs I like too.
No, look, I like most of them.
Right.
I ain't gonna even lie. I like most of them.
I'm starting to like them. I didn't like them in the beginning.
Most of the songs that talk about the women's cooch. Because I got one, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it, be about it. But at the same time, you do kind of want a variety, and you want to see who's going to step out. I've been hearing a lot about Rhapsody, but they won't give her radio play. Like they should, you know what I mean?
But, well, I mean, you know, because the people want to hear. The people want what the people want. And one thing I've learned about success is it's that happy medium. So it's not to where, I mean, you know, it's finding a way that people can still pop and dance. People like it. Twerking is a part of our culture.
Right.
You know, they still want to pop it. They want to do all the things they want to do. And they don't want to feel like, you know, they're being lectured to either. So it's that happy medium where you can, you know.
It's that Lauryn Hill.
It's that Lauryn Hill.
It's that Lauryn Hill.
Right, and when Lauryn Hill came out with that whole album, I said, damn, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do. Because every woman is trying to get to that, I think. I mean, well, when we were coming up and hip-hop was changing, you know, and Little Kim and Foxy Brown were coming out, you know, and their stuff was banging, you know, and you were just trying to find that happy medium, and I'm just like, damn, I don't know how sexy, I can't get that sexy. I couldn't get out those clothes quick enough.
What?
I couldn't change my image up that fast.
Why did you never talk about your sexual prowessness like most?
Have a freaky Friday moment?
Yeah. Why did that never happen for you?
I tried to blend it over. It was just a conflict of my character.
It wasn't who you were. Who you are. It's not
who I am. And I always had this thing where, you know, like politics is something I've always wanted to do since I was young. And there's just some things I never did because I knew that in politics they brought things up. So this was always in the back of my mind. I never wanted them to be, and even when I tried to change my lyrics up and say, oh, what if they pull this song up? Or what, I even thought about my lyrics. It just wasn't a part of who I was. I had the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition. Here I was talking to young girls about, you know, and mentoring. So it was hard for me to come out with, I got a sweet kitty cat, no whiskers.
Okay, so speaking of that, can a rapper like a Cardi B or a Meg Thee Stallion, can they mentor to other little girls?
Of course they can. I think there's a lot of young girls out here who are just really mentoring starts with love. I mean, and you get someone to love you and you can get their attention. I mean, a lot of, you know, you see parents, sometimes parents leave their kids behind and go away for 20 years and come back and the kid still loves them the same, as if nothing ever happened. They forgive. So I don't think a kid just really, when they're looking up and you can direct them, great question. That's a great question. I wonder sometimes, yes, they can. I just want to say yes, they can. But, you know, when you think about role models, I don't think they look at themselves all the time. Well, they do. I hear them say nice things. It's just me. It depends on the person. Me, I can't be half naked.
And then be like, don't be naked. Stay a virgin.
I mean, but I think they are, I think they have the capability of growing. I've watched Cardi grow. I mean, I've watched her change. I love Cardi. I love who she is, and I've seen her growth. I'm watching her change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's mainly because she has a daughter now. You know what I mean?
And that will change you.
Yeah.
And that will change you.
You have kids.
Yes, I do. I have 2 beautiful daughters, Tiffany and Sinai, and I have a bonus daughter, Bianca. Yes, I do.
And how did they change you?
Made me grow up really fast. Well, first of all, Tiffany, my firstborn, really showed me what love was. I'd been searching all my life for love, and having a child, I knew what love was. It was that butterflies in my stomach. It was wanting to get home, wanting to be safe, wanting to drive safe, wanting to secure my finances, wanting to buy a house, not just rent. It changed my life. I can't have 2 boyfriends now. I only can have one.
Well, you say she gave you the love you had been looking for. Why had you been looking for love? Like, what was it that you hadn't found in love before Tiffany?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just a dreamer. I'm a romantic girl. I was just always searching. Always searching for perfection, thinking, that I would find a mate and, it would be as it was. I would love, but, having my heart broken and being in love really, after relationship and realizing that men aren't crap. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
We all have that moment where we say men aren't crap.